From the smallest child to the brightest mind, we were born to reach. To unravel truth and chase what cannot be done. To wonder and to work wonders, with mud or machine, steel or software. As distances shrink, horizons expand. Things gain minds of their own, and new companions ensure we're never alone. We live where the paved road ends, where together we will rise or fall based on the choices of today. Pioneers at heart, we reach beyond the edge again and again, losing ourselves in the possibilities. Then, in a quiet moment, a glance, or a touch, we remember why we reach. And step by step, our why lights the way, fueling a question as old as time: what's next?
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Arch. It was only just 11 months ago. I can't believe the time has gone so quick that we were here last year. Before I begin, I really want to thank everyone for attending, thank our exhibitors who've come in from all around the world, and the startups that have flown in from everywhere, all corners of the globe. So thank you very, very much. I'd like to start by saying a few words. So in 2009, Bronnie Weir, a palliative care nurse, wrote a book about the regrets of dying. Now, in essence, this book was about the last moments of people's lives and what would they have done differently if they had their time over again. There was a sort of a striking sort of common theme that emerged from the book. And I'm not sure if any of you have read it, but if you haven't, please, it's a very, very great book to read. And basically, what it sort of came down to and boiled down to, it didn't matter whether you were rich or poor, whether you were a white-collar worker, blue-collar worker, whether you were educated or not. At the end of your life, when you were sitting there on your deathbed, what really mattered the most and what was their deepest regrets? And the common theme that came out was they all wished that they had spent more time with their family and friends. Now, we live in a world where technology is advancing really, really quickly. I mean, we just have to be here at Arch and we can see all the sort of technology that's coming around us. And technology is actually meant to give us time. And if we look at it, technology we have now in our homes, we have vacuum cleaners, we have window cleaners that are robots, we have automated homes that do all the automation for us, computers, all sorts of gadgets that we've got, and technology and advancements. But the question is it really distracting us from what really matters the most? Now, just over a year and a half ago, I launched Tomorrow Street. And in my opening with Tomorrow Street, I spoke about social media. Now, all of us are connected in some shape or form to social media, whether it be on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or whatever other platform you might have. And many of us have hundreds of friends, if not thousands of friends. And yet we are more connected now than we have ever been in the history of humanity. But yet, we are more disconnected than we've ever been. And the problem with that is that we communicate through a virtual world, where somehow how many likes we have, how many comments we have, somehow becomes a measure of our popularity and our self-worth. We've lost the ability, the intimacy that comes with sitting next to someone, having a conversation with someone, listening to their problems, even just putting an arm around someone to comfort them. Now, the world as I see it is at an inflection point, and it really can go either way with technology. It can either bring us together or tear us apart. And and I've got a couple of questions for you all around this, is how do we actually build a technology that can give us time to focus on the things that really matter? And somehow, we are all responsible for this. Whether we're a CEO of a global company, or whether we're someone that works in the back office, it makes zero difference. We are all responsible for what the world will look like in the future. And it's not up to the select few to make that decisions for us. It's up to each and every one of you here in the room today to actually, you've all got that responsibility to deliver what and shape society for the future through the technology that we're building. Now, technology is advancing so much, and the technology of the future. And the future, one thing that technology cannot give humanity, any of us, none of us can buy this, and that's time. And we need to think about, for the future, what sort of generation do we want to raise? Do we want to raise a generation that does not understand the importance of relationships? Or do we want to raise a generation that doesn't understand empathy? Now, my vision for Arch Summit is very clear. It's about bridging the gap. It's about the human connection. It's about taking everyone out of the virtual world and bringing them into reality. So rather than doing things from your computer, rather than doing it from a video conferencing unit, Arch Summit is all about us connecting together and interacting with each other. And it happens here and it happens now. And I ask all of you to make an effort over the next 2 days, because you're going to meet, and I'd really like you to reach out to people that you've never ever spoken to before, because we need to take the virtual world and reality, and we need to bridge that gap. And it has to, and we have to do it, and we have to do it here. So let us all build a better future. Thank you.